Welcome to The Terrible Take, a mini podcast telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Dave Bryan. The Pittsburgh Steelers have made a few moves to clear some 2021 salary cap space since the new league got underway on March 17th. One of those moves was the team terminating the contract of cornerback Steven Nelson, which cleared $8.25 million in cap space prior to roster displacement taking place. The other move included tight end Eric Ebron being extended with 4 voidable years so that his roster bonus due him, along with most of his 2021 scheduled base salary, could be turned into a signing bonus and prorated out. That contract manipulation cleared $3.94 million in 2021 salary cap space. In total, those two moves netted roughly $11.5 million in 2021 cap space created, which on the surface seems like quite a lot. So much, in fact, that it got fans excited that a big free agent signing or two might still be on the way. Well, as the great Lee Corso likes to say, not so fast, my friends. In real time at the time, the Steelers were dangerously low on salary cap space ahead of those two big clearing moves being made. Since then, a few lower-level signings and re-signings have been completed that have eaten into a little bit of that available space. So, where did the Steelers stand cap-wise at the time of this terrible take? Right around $10.3 to $10.4 million under the cap, and that number includes the league's $792,000 workout bonus placeholder amount. While $10.3 million in cap space might look and sound like a lot, it really isn't, and that's because all of it is essentially already spoken for. You see, the Steelers will need around $2.3 million of that $10.3 million to cover the signings of their scheduled 8 2021 draft picks, along with their undrafted free agents. At least $1.32 million more in cap space will be needed to cover the 52nd and 53rd players on the roster. At a minimum, yet another $2.04 million will be needed to cover a full practice squad for the Steelers. If that's not enough, at least $7 million will be needed at the start of the 2021 regular season to cover things like in-season signings and roster elevations. Add all of those amounts together and you get right around $13 million, which is roughly $2.6 million more than the $10.3 or so million in cap space the team currently has. Sure, the Steelers can still restructure the contracts of defensive end Stephon Tuitt and kicker Chris Boswell, but that would only free up a little more than $5 million in salary cap space. They will almost certainly need to do those restructures between now and the start of the regular season, and I think you see why. Essentially, the Steelers have around $2.4 million in effective cap space to work with right now, and that assumes they will eventually restructure the contracts of both Tuitt and Boswell. My numbers are also on the conservative side as a whole. Sure, a few more lower-level signings can and likely will be made in the coming weeks, and mainly because roster displacement helps cover most of that cost. If, however, you think the Steelers might have a more expensive free agent signing forthcoming, you're likely going to be waiting a good while. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Tuesday and Friday.